I'm sorry, did you really ask me, the guy who's like covered with tattoos, if I'm afraid of a needle?
No, I didn't ask. I just said grimacing is the same.
All right, another way to sort of de-stress, do a little relaxing. How about a little tickling?
Hey now.
A place in Dallas just opened up. It's called the Tickle Bar. It offers back and hair scratches and, yes, some tickles, just like the ones that, well, my mom didn't, but maybe your mom gave you to kind of relax, when you were a kid and you were acting up, or you just a little, hey, Mom, I need some loving. Joining us right now is Kimberly Haley Coleman. She is the owner of the Tickle Bar. Kimberly, thanks for the time tonight. I got to give it to you, man. I mean, you came up with a pretty clever idea here. So I'm going to try and keep myself and not be a 13-year-old child in my brain right now. So I'm not even sure where to begin, but can I just ask you a simple question? Where on earth did you come up with this idea?
That's a great question. So I run another company called Globeware. We do volunteer vacations all over the world in about 26 different countries. And right now, with borders closed and a lot of flights not running and it not being safe to travel a lot of places, we started offering virtual experiences where people could go and chant with our monks or learn how to make floating paper lanterns, things like that. And I started thinking about what other experiences would people be interested in getting right now. And I used to love getting massages and manicures and all that. And like a lot of people, I stopped doing them for several months. And then when I started back and I started realizing how some people were able to do things in a really safe way, I started thinking, well, gosh, not only do I miss massages, but really if I could pay for anything, I would love to have my back tickled or someone to just play with my hair. Like when I was a kid, we would braid each other's hair. So that was really where it came from, this crazy, crazy idea.
Okay, so I'm sorry, the immature side of me is just going to come out, and I apologize, but I am serious when I ask this. So is this kind of like a fetish for some people? Like, do you get any strange or even bizarre requests? Anything off limits?
So I don't even know how many radio interviews I've done over the last few days. And there always is somebody who calls in with a question like that. And it's usually a guy. But most of us when we were little, a lot of us had moms who would tickle us to go to sleep. But we have had people making jokes about that. And I will take it all day long because it's gotten people to pay attention. And I feel like we really need joy right now. And we're also able to hire a bunch of people. And so being able to hire women right now when we really need to be able to provide jobs and being able to provide joy, whether it's because they're getting tickled physically with a back tickle or the hair play, or because they're laughing over the story. I love it all, let's just have that joy. So yes, if it makes you giggle over what it could mean, then giggle away. I'm all about it.
She's like, come at me. Okay, so I have to ask you, so you just opened, when did you open, by the way?
Monday.
You opened Monday?
Yeah.
So I have to do a little bit of demonstrating. So I call, hello, Kimberly, hi, I'm a customer. And what's the question you asked me?
So most people will go online and book, just like there are a lot of
do I say I would like my head tickled?
So you either book a 25 or a 50-minute appointment, and when you get there you can decide, do you want your hair played with, do you want your back tickled, do you want your feet tickled, or do you want all of it?
And that's on the menu?
And
just anything?
So we do point out that, look, there's some people who are super ticklish and will want a more firm scratch or a scalp scratch, and then other people like it really light. So our technicians sit down and discuss that with you so that they're provided whatever experience you're specifically wanting, as long as it's legal and touching just those areas.
So you said you had a brainstorming session, when you were trying to come up with this. Did you do any research and people are really into this?
So, I found that there was a place in Spain that did it in a more clinical setting about 10 years ago, but I couldn't find anybody else who did it. And I really didn't want to spend a lot of time researching. I just knew it was something I've always loved. And when I talked to my girlfriends about it, they all said, oh my God, we would love that. That would be so incredible. And so really, no, in terms of going and looking at any sort of scientific research, no, we are very proudly only skin deep, and we are not manipulating ligaments and tendons and muscles and things like that. So there wasn't a whole lot to research, but we did get a team of people together and start putting together routines and testing them on people to see what seemed to be the most enjoyable.
Yet, are you still looking for a Christmas gift?
Well, I'm trying to wonder why your face is like that. Brandon's over there. Can you see Brandon, by the way?
I can.
Oh, you can. I thought I was like mysterious
No.
over the Zoom stuff. I mean, like, I'm super ticklish. I don't know. I'm super ticklish, so maybe I'm gonna go for a little bit of that heavier, like,
Scratching.
scratch and stuff. You know. Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm always down. Listen, you seem like a really, really cool, fun person that I would just like love to like just chill out with and like hang out with. You just seem cool, so I would definitely be down to try something like that.
Do you want me to leave?
Well, come to Dallas. We give you a glass of wine, we give you a cookie, and we pamper you.
This is a great idea. So when people decide to visit Dallas, when all of this is over, because you were doing it during COVID, I'm wondering,
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the video there,
Yeah.
and it looks like they're pretty distanced, but when things get back to normal and people do visit Dallas, how would you convince them, if they're not into this, to come by and try it?
Well, we're not convincing people. People are calling and coming by when we really want it to only be a by appointment only. So fortunately, we haven't had to do a lot of convincing. And our Instagram page, Tickled Up Bar, showing what we do. And so that's doing a lot of our work for us. But when the pandemic's closed,
Do you think you could franchise?
you know, we've had
something?
several people call us this week about that. I would really like to do tickle trucks and go to fairs and weddings and bachelorette
Tickle on
parties.
Wheels, Tickles on wheels.
That's right.
Like
yeah.
Wheels on wheels, tickles on wheels. Look at, we're already having a brainstorming session.
I
right
love
now.
it. That's what we'll do next. Yes, our tickle trucks.
Kimberly Coleman, I admire what you are doing, for sure.
For sure.
Thank you for being here. Newly opened Tickle Bar in Dallas, Texas. If people do want to follow you on Instagram, what's the handle?
Tickled Up Bar.
Tickle.bar. Got it.
Hey, before you leave, isn't the news people here in Arizona just better than those folks?
Oh, you guys are the very best. No doubt about it.
Now, there we go. Kimberly, thank you.
No, thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Awesome stuff. Congrats on the business. That's really awesome. I hope you see amazing success, especially during a pandemic.
Thank
it's awesome
you.
There's somebody opening up a business right now.
I
All
appreciate
right, coming
it.
up next year on the news at 8 o'clock, one of the top basketball coaches in the entire country.
Thanks, Kimberly. Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Isn't sure